Yes, it is tiring. Cool. Today we're going to talk about LinkedIn. Who uses LinkedIn?
Kind of.
Okay. How much do you guys know about it, and what is your LinkedIn strategy, if you have one?
I don't know about the rest, but I'm not on LinkedIn, so I don't know much about it. I actually want to learn, so I'm just going to be silent here and listen and make notes.
Thank you, Diani. You are always welcome to comment though if you want to. Okay. LinkedIn is it's like the professional social media app, right? Um, and not professional social media app. It's the one where everybody celebrates work anniversaries and posts like very intellectual articles and things like that. And yeah, and it is, I think, one of the ones that is very misunderstood to a degree. I've noticed that sometimes people have their profile and the company page, but they don't really know the difference. And actually, on LinkedIn, it is different because your profile becomes the leadership in LinkedIn because specifically it is about you as an entrepreneur or as a business owner or as a business person. And people will most likely more focus on your profile itself than on your company page. But still people want a company page, so you can have one. Alrighty. Um sorry, let me just get to the guests in the lobby. Sorry, I have to undo that so I could let him. There we go. As soon as Diana's here, he'll help me with that. Hello, Celeste.
Hello. I don't know if I am. I'm on not on mute. That's I.
You're not on mute. You're not on mute.
Yay.
Welcome, welcome. We're talking about LinkedIn. I think that you are one of the people that uses it. So
Yes.
that is good. Okay. You probably use it a lot more than, well, most people here, which is,
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing, not a good, well, yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's good. But yeah, I was telling them that I think it is a very misunderstood um, platform, and I'll go into why. All right, so for those of you that don't know, in 2016, Microsoft actually bought LinkedIn, and they bought it for something ridiculous like $23 billion, dollars, some ridiculous amount. They bought it and now they own it. And because they own it, you have to think of LinkedIn as a different entity to Facebook and Instagram and all the others because Facebook and Instagram are owned by Meta, and so is WhatsApp. They're owned by Meta, and Meta makes the rules, and Meta sets certain things in motion, and they are very good with updating things. Whereas LinkedIn is kind of I have this American friend who I actually made on social media, and he calls LinkedIn like the social media dinosaur because it's kind of slow when it comes to change. It doesn't like to make the changes as fast as, let's say, Instagram. We know that Instagram changes very, very quickly, but I think that they have a development team that is always going, always working. Okay. Um, sorry about that. So, yeah, LinkedIn is now owned by Microsoft, and therefore they play by their own rules. So, for example, they probably have a different sort of algorithm. I'll talk about the algorithm later, but I don't think it's entirely the same. I do think that it is very slow to change, and yeah, you'll see. All right, so let's talk about reach again. Organic reach. for those that don't remember from last week, is how much of your audience naturally sees your posts and how much of them don't. So for those who don't know, organic reach is basically only going to be towards people that currently follow you on LinkedIn or that are connections with you on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, they say connections instead of friends. So if you are currently a connection, then you will maybe fall into the organic reach bucket, but not everybody is. And then paid reach. LinkedIn also has a paid reach. It's also sorry. Paid reach is pushing your content out to a targeted audience. And recently, LinkedIn has become one of those that is trying to get you to pay to play. It is trying to get you to put money in so that you can try and get some results. The results that we've gotten from LinkedIn's paid reach is not that successful, but I have actually gotten clients from organic reach on LinkedIn, which is amazing. Something that you need to know though, the organic reach is in huge decline between 2023 and 2025, which is now obviously. It has decreased by 65%. 65% is it's kind of insane. So it's still in free fall, it's still declining. But the thing is that if you thought that you can post on LinkedIn and everybody's going to see your stuff just like last week, they're not. And the ones that are going to see it because it is interesting, because it's not salesy, or because it is valuable, or other people are commenting on it and things like that. Okay, so this is a myth that I want to bust. Recently, I've noticed that I talk to some people and then they say to me, no, I have a very serious business. And these are people like people that are in finance, people that are in legal, people that like coaches, people with very serious businesses, even engineers or any business that considers itself serious, you know? And Sulette, I think you can even be in this category. But thankfully, Sulette actually gives things a chance, and she's like one of the few people that listen to me and is willing to take my advice. Come join us. Yeah. Okay, Stian's going to join us. So in the past few months, I've encountered, I think it's 3, and 2 of them are, or one of them is a current client who has told me, no, but the flywheel strategy is not going to work because I have a serious business. There's nowhere that it stipulates or it doesn't make sense that if you have a different kind of business, it's just not going to work for you because you're more serious. I don't understand that logic. But yeah, has anyone else experienced that? Like if you have a serious business or you see someone with a serious business and they think that, okay, LinkedIn is the only place that I should market myself. Yes, no. Okay. Well, I've encountered it a lot. About a month ago, there was an accountant I was speaking to. I even came up with kind of a whole strategy for him. And then he said to me, no, I have a really serious business. And so I don't think that I should be on Instagram or Facebook. And I don't think that the strategy is going to work because it includes things like Instagram and Facebook. I don't want to do it. Now, instead of that, he's doing nothing. He's doing literally nothing with his marketing and he's stagnating. All right, that is one of the problems. So with that in mind, let's look at the LinkedIn age distribution in South Africa. So everybody wants to be on LinkedIn. Most people that want to sell B2B, and that's business to business instead of B2C, which is business to customer, tell me that, yes, no, I want to be on LinkedIn. I want to prioritize it. I want to I want to sell to people on LinkedIn, specifically because on LinkedIn you can contact CEOs and CFOs and things like that. But here's the bad news is that the target market that you are trying to target is around 50 plus, and it is less than 3% of the South African markets. And a lot of the people here are targeting, let's say, South Africans. And this 2.8%, they get bombarded, I promise you, with direct messages asking if they want to work together. They get asked all sorts of things. If you have CEO on your profile and you have a kind of semi-known company, you get a lot of DMs, unsolicited DMs, which later on we're going to talk about. Just hang on one second. Stian, can you just let someone in to the lobby?
Yes.
Oh, it's you. Are you in? Sorry. Okay. It's very interesting to note here that 18 to 24 is 32% of people, which in South Africa, so that's 5 million people. They are the people seeking jobs, obviously. Over here, some of them might also still be seeking jobs, but some of them here might be entrepreneurs. And over here, I'm not sure. It could be 50-50 entrepreneurs and job seekers. But these people are the ones that everyone is looking to because they are the ones who have built successful businesses already. And, we want their money is generally it's generally the mentality. Okay, so let's go and have a look at how the LinkedIn algorithm works and how you can determine who sees your posts. So on average, only about 5 to 7% of your LinkedIn connections or followers will see your organic posts. For those of you that was here last week, that is actually more than Facebook and Instagram. So it's kind of on par with that, but it's a very low percentage. So if you have 100 followers, then maybe 5 to 7 of them are going to see your posts, which is why we did things like I used to have a social media club on Mondays where we all share links to our posts, and then you go and comment on the post and like it and maybe share it so that you can create some interest. And so that other people will also, so your audience will come to my post and my audience might be exposed to yours. So the initial audience, your first post is shown to a small segment of your followers to gauge engagement. So once again, we have this is the size of the audience that's going to first see your post. And LinkedIn is going to put it out there to just to see, is it too salesy? Is it interesting? Does it actually add value? Or is it just like everything else where people are trying to be pretentious and unauthentic because it's a very professional environment? And if people start to respond very well to this little bit, then it will increase and increase. So the engagement signals, this is high quality interactions such as comments, shares, increase the likelihood of your post being shown to a broader audience, including second and third degree connections. So a second degree connection is a friend of a friend. So if I wanted to connect to people that Stian knows, I could go to his profile and then I can tap on his connections because Stian and I are connections on LinkedIn. And then I might see people there that I don't know. But because they are already connected to him, they would be second degree connections. So third degree would be one more removed from that. And after that, you actually won't be able to even find those people on LinkedIn, and you definitely won't be able to send them connection requests, which is one of the reasons that it's really good to get as many connections as possible. I think the limit on LinkedIn is somewhere by 22,000. So you can really add a lot of friends or connections on LinkedIn. And the engagement signals, so that works back in here like this. The engagement signals are as such that on this post that I shared to an audience, and LinkedIn found it very interesting and shared it just a little bit more to a little bit of a bigger audience, it's going to determine if it's interesting or not by the comments, by the amount of shares, by other people reposting and showing interest in your posts. So that is also one of the reasons why we would engage with each other as the social media platform. So content relevance. It also wants to see posts that are relevant to your niche and demonstrate expertise, and that is not salesy. So if you're still over here and LinkedIn sees that your post is incredibly salesy and it's pushing on people, then it's not going to push it out to a lot more people. But if it is something that is valuable, insightful, fun, or engaging in some sort of way, it's going to push it out to a bigger and bigger audience to see, or as the content relevance and engagement signals needed to do so. And then avoidance of engagement bait. The algorithm penalizes posts that use comment yes if you agree. So that means no ManyChat. ManyChat is, for those of you who remember, hands up if you remember ManyChat from last week. ManyChat is the, thanks Janica. ManyChat is an app, it's an automation app that actually has an agreement already with Meta. So you are allowed to use it for comments and to redirect people to your long form content or to your web page or something like that for Facebook and Instagram. TikTok has actually also recently started using or being added to the ManyChat family, but LinkedIn still isn't, which I don't understand. And I think it has something to do with the fact that Microsoft owns LinkedIn. I don't know why else it would be. But they penalize you for saying comment yes if you agree. So if at any point it feels like you're getting clickbaity or something like that, it's going to penalize your post and then, show it to less people instead of more people. So nice and complicated, very irritating, but is what it is. So relevance, the content that aligns with interests, professional needs of your audience. Then expertise, demonstrated authority in your field increases content visibility. Engagement quality, meaningful interactions, especially thoughtful comments, are valued over superficial likes. So that means that if you are trying to comment, you get a lot of people that do this, and they're just like, they just comment great, or that's nice, or like it. That is not very engaging. But if I comment and I ask a question to the person about the post or about the topic, it gets the conversation going, and then it signals to LinkedIn that that is a post that is very valuable. Adding questions to a post is always a winner for me. And dwell time, the amount of time that users spend engaging with your comments affects its reach. And guys, that actually means how long it's on your screen even. So if you opened up LinkedIn, started browsing or scrolling, and then it stops somewhere on, I don't know, Simon Sinek, and then you run to make some coffee and you come back, LinkedIn still takes that time period that you have been away from your screen as dwell time. You have been dwelling on this post. And it's going to then deem that that post is a little bit more valuable. All right. So tips to increase your organic reach. So it evaluates the content based on numbers of things. So what you can do is start to use carousels a lot. So the multi-image posts and native documents, it's basically talking about carousels.
there's different ways that you can use multiple images on LinkedIn. So you can, or the way that people usually do it is they just upload a bunch of photos. But then have you noticed that it looks like this? It looks, um, yeah, it starts to sit next to each other like this. And then you have like 3 images here and then 2 here, and it's not exactly what you wanted because you wanted a nice, smooth carousel like you get on Instagram, and you wanted people to be able to page through it one by one. So what you can do is actually upload or export that same thing as a PDF document and then upload it to Instagram, upload it to LinkedIn, and it will turn into a carousel. Those are incredibly popular right now, and out of everything, out of video, out of static images, polls, and just text that is post, carousels are doing the best right now on LinkedIn. Right, so encourage meaningful interactions. Try to craft posts that prompt thoughtful comments and discussions. So yeah, I can't think of one immediately now. But what comes to mind is perhaps, let's say, Sunette, you have a very interesting job where you deal with a lot of meaningful interactions and stories. You change people's lives. So I would talk about how you changed someone's life or tell their story from being millions of rands in debt to being debt free and financially free. So meaningful interactions, things like that. Optimize posting times. Okay, so this is just a suggestion, but I am not, and I mentioned it last week, I'm not the biggest fan of strict posting times because I do believe that if you have the right strategy, combined with paid ads, it will constantly keep rolling. It will keep your flywheel spinning, and you don't have to really, wake up on a Tuesday morning and make sure that at 10 a.m. everything is posted and obsessively check it and things like that. But if you do want to post at certain times and you want people to be able to see things in their feed as it comes up, because LinkedIn prioritizes the new posts at the top, then Tuesdays through Thursdays, 10 a.m. To 12 p.m. are peak. But what I would also do is just keep it during the day, kind of working hours, and then you should more or less be safe. Mondays, I think, they do have less reach because, so today was Tuesday, guys, and it felt like 3 Mondays. Put your hands up if today was absolutely chaotic and you didn't get everything done you wanted to get done. So, yeah. And so the thing is that on a Monday, you don't really have time to browse on LinkedIn. Well, most people don't. You have to get going. So I wouldn't use that. So avoid external links in a post. Place links in the comment section to prevent reach penalties. So if you try and lead people away from LinkedIn, and it's the same with Facebook, then it is going to limit your reach. So let's say Theon posts something about automation and he has a really cool article, but it's on a completely different website, or it's on our website, it's a blog post, and then he puts a link there. LinkedIn goes and asks you, it clicks on, you click on that, and then it says, do you want to redirect? And it redirects you, but it will limit the reach of that post. It doesn't want you to leave the platform. So my flywheel strategy is going to be slightly different here because it doesn't want you to go to YouTube. It doesn't want you to go to your website. It's kind of needy baby, greedy baby. It wants you to stay on LinkedIn. So try and use as many articles as you can, because you can write articles on LinkedIn. Try to share the longer videos on there. Give it a go, and then let me know how it works for you. Also, it's good to maintain consistency. So that's like posting 3 to 4 times a week or even twice a week to keep your audience engaged. It signals to the algorithm that you are alive and that you
you are someone that that should be visible. I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult, but it can be done. Alrighty, I'm going to pause here in case your brains are broken. Does anyone have any questions? Three, two, one. Oh, can you read the comments to me? Sorry, guys. I've got my two screens here, and I cannot see your comment section. So Stiana's going to read it to us real quick.
To unmute the right one. Okay, so Tammy asked, so you have no choice without paid ads, but how is your paid ad prioritized? How are views guaranteed if paid?
I don't think that was this week.
Oh, that was 22 April. Okay, never mind. Well, I think it's still a valid question for today.
Yes, so just mute me quick, Stan. Or mute yourself, I mean. Yes, it is actually easier to reach people, well, for me, organically on LinkedIn than it is to reach people and get clients organically on Facebook. I have gotten one of the biggest clients that we have now reached out to the CEO, reached out to me because he saw that I was doing something different, because he saw that I was doing something different to the current company that they were using. So LinkedIn does want you to push paid ads, but I do believe I have ways of not completely bypassing it, but creating a really good foundation so that you can in future, just add paid ads if you want to. Alrighty. So has anyone heard of or seen the really spammy LinkedIn DM strategy? That's the direct messages that you receive. You guys ever logged into LinkedIn and then there's 5 messages and 3 are from financial advisors saying, hi, Stian, I see that you also live and breathe air like I do, and we have that in common. Let's connect. And then immediately they try to sell you something. Hands up. Yeah. Yeah, especially you, Philip, because you are in the finance industry, so they'll try to work with you. Okay. Years back, I think it was like 5 years, 6 years back, I was also one of those people using that strategy. And I completely burnt out. So it looks a little bit like this. Hey, in a tsunami of identical messages bombarding you, here's a flamingo swimming in a yard of pigeons. But seriously, conversion rates. PS, I've helped this many companies, whatever. I don't know Susan at all. I don't know her from a bar of soap. And clearly I'm not connected to her. But she's a 3rd level connection. So she just reached out and randomly started sending me a message, hoping that I will buy from her. And as on the scam notion we've talked about before, that's not really a relevant strategy these days. Way back when, I actually paid someone to teach me this strategy. And basically how it works is you copy and paste messages. I said advisor here because at the time I was targeting advisors, but you can target anyone. You copy and paste the message. You use automation tools, not as cool as the automation tools we have now, obviously.
But yeah, to send messages to as many connections as possible, but actually try and connect with new people. So you can connect with, I think it's 100 or 50 people a week. I think it's 100 people a week. And then you would have to go and comb through LinkedIn and comb through Sales Navigator, which is the paid version of the back end of LinkedIn, to look for new people, to send in these DMs, to invite them to be your connection and be your friend, and it's gotten so exhausting that no, I completely burnt out. In the end, I was working on 2 clients' things and I was working 24/7. I felt like I was neglecting everybody else because of this DM strategy. And what's worse, it didn't work. Yeah, so immediate inquiries to the financial planning needs, needing plans, and it leads to burnout. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's wrong with my words today. So there was a below 1% response rates and maybe people that wanted to reply. So for every 100 that I sent out, one might want a meeting, and then half of them don't show up to the meeting, which is quite frustrating. Account restrictions. So I'm telling you all of this because there's a trend out there where some people are insistent that this works. It doesn't work though. It also makes sure that LinkedIn is tracking your profile consistently, and it starts to warn you about, and it starts to restrict your account. There was one case where somebody's account was almost completely shut down because of this activity. So I really would not go this way. And in the end, it ends up that you have a negative perception of that person who is continually spamming you. Recipients view this, they view it as spam now. I think 10 years ago, it was a good strategy if you were doing it because nobody was really doing it. But now, the game has changed and the game is constantly changing. So I think it is a reputation damaging activity to go out and DM people like that constantly on LinkedIn. So that is what everybody else is doing. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So what do? You got to do something completely different. So this is what I would do. I would post regularly, focus on building relationships instead of making sales. Be real. Like for me, this is actually the key. Be real and be different. Every time I've gotten a client from LinkedIn, and I've gotten 2 pretty decent, 2 big brands from LinkedIn previously, one is still with us, is because, oh, and by the way, the other one only left us because their head office insisted that they hire somebody internally. So we weren't technically fired, they just had to. Yeah. It's because I was being real on LinkedIn. I was telling stories and not try to be buttoned up and professional and talk about my years of experience or talk about something. Nobody really cares about your years of experience. They don't actually care that you are qualified in A, B, C, and D. They can go to your profile and see that. What they do want is something completely different. There's this guy that I follow. His name is Dan. I can't remember what his surname is. I actually made friends with him. He's an American over social media, and we started following each other, and he is a ghostwriter. So that basically means, well, yeah, he writes social media content and stuff for businesses, as businesses. And all he does, and by the way, he's phenomenally popular now, and LinkedIn has actually given him a Sales Navigator subscription for free, which is like 2,000 Rand a month, by the way. So all that Dan does
is he talks about his experiences. He talks about the things that happened to him in his business. And he's real. He doesn't hold back, and he's not very stuck up about it. He's very real. And his tone of voice when he's speaking is not put through ChatGPT. It's conversational, like I'm talking to you now. He posts in this tone of voice, in a conversational tone of voice. So it feels like there is a person on the other side and not an AI, not a computer, and not someone that's trying to impress you, but a real person. So I would say, if anything, this is the key. And here's the thing, that sometimes what Dan does is he doesn't even add imagery. He doesn't add imagery. He doesn't add videos. Every once in a while he does. But half the time on LinkedIn, what he does is type. And he types from the heart, and he types the things that he's struggling with, and he types the challenges and how he overcomes them and how he builds relationships. And he has just exploded over the years that I've known him. And every time that I have gotten a client on LinkedIn, it has been because of this. So that is something that, yeah, you can answer your question as to paid ads. I do believe there is a way to, excuse me, to bypass the paid ads for now. It's to be real, be yourself. And guys, there's only one of you. So only you can be you. And it's a beautiful thing. So comment thoughtfully as well on other people's stuff, and ask meaningful questions and build your community. So for example, if I post something and I post a story about something that happened to me this week, ask a question or a thoughtful comment and keep the conversation going. Questions are the key to keep the conversations going. Whenever you see something and you actually want to get to know this person, and let's say you really would love them as a client, just start asking questions on their social media. Don't try to sell to them at all. None at all. Just be interested in them. And very soon you're going to build a relationship, and very soon they're going to start trusting you. And then you're building a community now, because now it's just not one person, there's now 10 of you, and you're building a community. But just be interested in them. Yeah, so social media is about being social. So make friends. Make friends. All right, so how I would use our flywheel strategy and the 7-11-4 rule on that is I would, instead of redirecting people to YouTube with a ManyChat automation, which is what I taught you last week, is I would post the long form content as is on my YouTube, on LinkedIn. You upload the video itself and start seeing how that works. Create shorter ones as well to create interest and try and engage people. But also use it, okay. Try and take your personal point of view out of, let's say, this post that you have crafted and put through ChatGPT, and now it's on Instagram and Facebook. Make it personal. Make it unique. Because only you can think about or think of the things in your head. I don't know why oh, there we go. So yeah, you can do a foundation of long form videos on YouTube if you want to. I think that is a good idea to have it available anyway. You can redirect people to your YouTube channel then through your profile, or you can tell people, hey, check the comments for this link to the longer video, and then you put it in the first comment that's there. And yeah, sorry, that is the wrong slide. But that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. And my screen is broken. No, it's not. Hey, does anyone have questions? Stil is baie stil vandag. Dat ek iemand se brein It's a brain gebrek, this is why I don't speak Afrikaans.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
I don't I don't think my brain is broken. I'm just trying to grapple with how LinkedIn work because I don't necessarily know the ins and outs of it. So it's the first time having a clear view and a thorough, or at least a thorough breakdown, in my opinion, of what and how to work with it. In my opinion, what I've heard is that LinkedIn is much more used by the corporate sections. So I've never really worked with LinkedIn in that regard. But I think it's a good and safe thing to say that everyone should actually invest in maybe making a LinkedIn profile because, like you said in the beginning of the video, everything is going so quickly and technology is taking over so fast that having a Facebook profile, knowing Instagram, knowing TikTok, having LinkedIn can only make a firm foundation in a company. So it's really, really helpful knowing that LinkedIn is actually there. So I'm gonna really look into it and make a profile.
Oh, that's great, Diani. Okay. We can also do a little look at everybody's individual profiles and you can let me know what you think. So if anybody wants to volunteer for that, we can definitely do that soon. Did you learn anything new? Yes. What's it, Janneke? What's up?
For example, for the company that I'm working for, I don't want them contacting me, but rather contact the chairperson. However, she is technology broken. And you also obviously need them to interact with the people because the circles that they move in aren't the people that you know. And she said, I'm sitting in the Western Cape and she's sitting in Gauteng. How can you, so I'm thinking that it's better to create a page on LinkedIn for the business instead of a profile for the chairperson and operate it. But can you create a page on another person's account, or does it have to be with your account? Does that make sense what I'm asking?
Yes, no, it makes perfect sense. It's a very good question. Okay. So here is LinkedIn. Well, here's my LinkedIn. What I would do personally, right, is I would then manage her account for her. I've done it before with people. So I would still create a profile for you. This is mine. And I would pull it all up and I would make sure that me as a company representative, that it also looks good and interactive and that I still post because there is value in that. How old is this person that you're talking about?
72.
72. Okay, you're in totally different you're you're in
That's what I'm
totally
saying.
different demographics. So what I would do is both of you. I would then create a company page, right? So here's my company page. I do need to work on it way more than I have been. But instead of just having a page, I have a page that I post to, and then I have her profile and my profile that shares from the page. If that makes sense. So then I would, okay, so from here I can actually share as multiple people. These are clients. So I would encourage her, and if you want, I can sit in on the meeting with you. I would encourage her to create a profile and we can teach her how to get connections and, do all of that. Or you can do it for her and then she pays you for it. Because it is an incredibly powerful tool, especially for CEOs and people like that. Because it is, like I said, the majority of, and for those that weren't here, the majority of people on LinkedIn
that are very serious about making connections and approaching businesses, they search for CEOs and CFOs and CMOs and things like that on Sales Navigator, which is the paid app that is connected to LinkedIn. And through that, you can search for very specific people. You can even search for CEOs in a certain region who have been on LinkedIn lately. So if you want her to kind of show up in these things, I would have her profile and I would manage her profile. And then you basically act as her social media manager there. You would put the updates for her, and you won't post anything that she wouldn't post. You won't post anything that is off-brand, if that makes sense. And literally your own account, you can post the same things or complementary things. You can go like half a degree off. You could take one post and then just slightly revamp it for your profile. And yeah, then I would redirect people to the company page, which also has, let's say, the same post here. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've now gone on Stian's profile and I've done the same thing. So he doesn't always like social media. By the way, the fact that he's now on social media is a miracle. It's not even a minor miracle. It's a miracle, right? And yeah, you know, for a few years, I think people thought that I wasn't really married, or that I didn't want to show my husband on social media because he just wasn't there. And then I made him make a profile because all these weirdos were contacting me. But yeah, now I have a husband on LinkedIn as well. But yeah, anyways. So take care. This is content that I've featured on here, but it's content from our clients and things that I've literally just reposted on Stian's profile. And these are things that our company posted or that I posted, and I made him, well, I didn't make him, I just did it for him. Am I sharing my screen? Am I not sharing my screen? Okay.
No.
As you can see today, guys, I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me. As you can see today, I need a nap. My apologies. Okay. So, yeah, as you can see here, this is Stian's profile, and I have populated it with, here's the featured section with some really cool animations and things. Cairo was actually part of both of these really cool projects, and I put the animation stuff here front and center because Stian is the head of automation and 3D animation. So on his profile, I'm featuring 3D and I'm featuring automation. I still need to make more posts about that. And this is the only time I've been able to get him in front of the camera for a shoot. And it was wonderful. So go like it. He also doesn't have that many connections, so please go connect with Stian. As I mentioned, he doesn't really like social media. But one of the things, Janneke, as well, that I want to tell you is that 500 is kind of the magic number here. So if you have 500 or more than 500, it's just going to say 500 plus followers or 500 plus connections. See, so I have nearly 3,000 followers, but I have 500 plus connections. If you don't, then it's going to tell you the exact number, like 277 is what Stian currently has. So you want it to seem like you know, are very connected, obviously. So, but connect to the right people, not just to anybody. Okay. You can also put a lot of text there explaining things, and yes. So Janneke, this is like also one of the parts that I would look at is because she's 72 and she has a lot of experience, I would show off this section like a lot because you can then go into her incredible expertise and all the things that she has done and achieved and accomplished and people and skills that she has acquired and people that have recommended her, you know. In that case, her age is really an advantage. But yeah, I can show you how to do that. Does all that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much. And please, will you show me how to do this?
I can show you how.
Thank
Okay. Does anyone else have a question?
Yes. What type of posts should you favor? Video and photos versus, say, text, or both, or mix them up, or
Okay, good question. You know me, and you know I love videos. I love videos. That's who I am. Like, out of all the things here, most of these are videos. And that's because we are in a very visual field. So our videos are great, but something else that I like to do is carousels. So this is a carousel. This is what I was talking about earlier, where you upload it as a PDF document and you keep it very simple, and then you make it look like this. So carousels are very popular right now, Peru. Um, it's kind of like infographics. So you can make your carousel look a little bit like an infographic, and make it very informative. Try different things for you specifically, and then try to figure out what works for you. So if you find that videos work for you, then do videos. But Keiru, I want to see your face on the video, Mr. Cameraman.
oh, that's the thing, is I'm the cameraman. I'm behind the camera.
Oh, I wish I
They're
could.
behind the renders.
I do. I wish I could. But you would do very well in front of the camera. You just got to practice.